Hey, Little Rock School District students and families. I am Stephen Helmick, the principal at Roberts Elementary, and you're probably wondering, why is that guy wearing a banana costume? Here's the thing. I reserved the banana costume for special occasions, and today is one of those days because let's go bananas for reading. That's right, kids. I am pumped to be with you today. Now, all of us have been in the journey of reading Billy Sure, Kid Entrepreneur, and we're picking up with chapter 4 today. Now, I tell my students at Roberts this when I was a classroom teacher at Roberts and at Watson Intermediate at the time, and Stevens Elementary as well. I would always talk to my students about readers are leaders and leaders are readers. Here's the thing. We have got to find a way to fall in love with reading, and doing it with books like this is a great way to make that happen. Families, I am thrilled that you are engaging your students in this journey of learning about entrepreneurship and having a love for reading at the same time. Now, entrepreneurship, super cool thing that happens when people are willing to take risk. I tell my staff all the time, we need to fail forward, right? It is okay to make mistakes. Entrepreneurs, they make mistakes all the time. But what they do is they learn from those mistakes. And as they learn from those mistakes, they come up with new solutions, new ideas, things that have never been thought of before that make life better and more efficient for people all around the world. So I want to encourage you guys to continue to pick up books, find those books that you love reading, fall in love with reading, and also take risks. Be willing to learn from your mistakes. And let's jump in today with chapter 4. Excited to be reading with you guys. Chapter 4, The Office. The Office of Sure Things Incorporated isn't some tall building downtown. It's the garage at Manny's house. His parents generously let us take it over to use as the headquarters of Sure Things Incorporated. Maybe Manny's parents are willing to park their cars on the street because Manny's an only child. He gets away with a lot more things than I do, plus he doesn't have to deal with Emily. On some days, I really envy him. Make that most days. It used to be just a regular garage car, car smells, oil stains on the floor, dark. But since the all ball took off, we've made a lot of changes. Sure, there's normal office stuff, which is kind of boring. But I think Manny really likes what he picked out for chairs, lamps, and computers. But what I love about the office are the extras. It's the kind of hideout I always dreamed of having, and now I have it, which is pretty cool. There's a state-of-the-art soda machine with a digital display that lets you mix custom flavors. Manny once calculated how many possible flavors there are. I forget the exact total he came up with, but I'm pretty sure it was in the millions. Although most of the combinations are things you probably never want to drink, like pickle, grape, banana, cola. Actually, now that I think about it, I kind of want to taste that flavor. Remember to try that flavor sometimes, I tell my brain. The machine even has a mystery flavor. We still haven't figured out what that is. Then to go with your soda, there's pizza. We have this machine that dispenses hot slices. Enter the toppings you want, press a button, and perfectly cooked slice of hot pizza comes sliding out. And like our soda machine, Manny and I made sure there are some crazy flavor combos. You can put chocolate chips on your pizza or use peanut butter instead of tomato sauce. The craziest slice I've come up with so far had graham cracker crust, soy sauce, shredded coconut instead of cheese, and jalapeno peppers on top. Neither of us was brave enough to actually try it, but it was fun to create. It's really great having so many food options at the office because my father thinks he's a gourmet cook, but he's completely wrong about that. Lately, he's been trying to master something he calls beets a la orange. Emily calls it black a la yak. We can't always work nonstop in the office, so we've got a pitching machine for batting practice, a basketball hoop, and a punching bag. We tell people those are for testing out the all ball. Well, not the punching bag. That's for punching. Oh, and every video game console ever made, going back to the 8-bit system that my dad used to play. Thank you, Internet. And a pinball machine. And foosball. and air hockey. Actually, we're thinking about getting rid of the desk. Oh, and probably the most important feature of the office is Philo, named after Philo T. Farnsworth, the inventor who helped make TV possible. Philo has shaggy brown hair and big brown eyes. He's technically my family's dog, but I think of him as my dog because I'm pretty sure I'm his favorite person. I think Emily, her mood swings are a bit much for him. And he learned the hard way to steer clear of my dad when he's in the kitchen. Philo loves hanging out in the office with me and Manny. He even has his own doggy bed in the corner. Philo's the unofficial mascot of Sure Things Incorporated. The first thing I do when Manny and I arrive at the office today after school is dispense myself a slice of a raspberry ginger root beer, while I tell Manny about the rest of my day. My day was pretty strange too, Manny says when I'm done. Everyone kept asking about you and how much money you have now and whether you were interested in giving some to them. What did you say? I told them we were broke, he says, laughing. As we talk, Manny tosses a small all ball from one hand to the other. I told the unit's remote, hitting a button every time the ball reaches the top of its arc, changing it before it falls into Manny's hand. From tennis ball, to baseball, to golf ball, to hockey puck, to ping pong ball, and back to tennis ball. Manny never drops the ball. Hey, he says suddenly, I haven't checked all ball sales in over 3 hours. He sets down the small all ball and turns to his laptop. Manny loves to review sale figures and see them going up. But it isn't about the money for him. He hardly ever spends any money, other than what we spent decking out the office. He just loves big numbers and setting records. It's like he has a collection he's obsessed with, only his collection isn't stamps or pencil toppers, but sales figures. I decide to check my email. Once Manny starts looking at sales figures, there's no talking to him until he's done. There's an email from my mom. Hi, Billy. How are you doing? How's business? And school, of course. What new inventions are you working on? I'm super busy just now, so I can't write a long email, but I wanted you to know I'm thinking about you and I love you. Love, Mom. P.S. Please note my new email address. The old one got hacked, so I had to change it. I hit reply right away. Hi, Mom! Today was the first day of school. It was crazy. Everyone wanted to talk to me about the All-Ball, even Principal Gilliman. The Hyenas are doing great. Well, not really, but Carl Boret hit an in-the-park home run during the last game. I was shouting so loud that Emily threatened to duct tape my mouth shut. That reminds me, I had a great idea for a new invention that you can eat when your mouth isn't covered in tape. It's mud pie seasoning, and it'll turn regular mud pies into delicious desserts. What do you think? Right back soon. Love, Billy. After I send the email, I think about how much I miss my mom. It's not the same watching Hyena games without her. Dad and Emily aren't interested in baseball, but Mom loves it. She says that watching the games with me helps her relax. Since my mom left at the beginning of July, she's missed a lot of games this year. Eventually, Manny stops looking at his laptop and turns back to me. So, he asks, what's next? Another slice of pizza? I suggest. I'm thinking of adding jelly beans to this one, but I'm not sure. No, Manny says, getting up and wandering over to the foosball table to give one of the rods a spin. I mean, what's next for Sure Things Incorporated? The All-Ball is doing great, but we don't want to be a one-product company. That's Manny, always thinking about the business stuff. It's a good thing he likes the business side because it doesn't interest me all that much. I'm much more interested in inventions. I have been since I was a little kid. My mom says that when I was a baby, I invented a new use for diapers. Throwing them. But I don't think that counts. You mean like a new invention, I ask? Exactly, Manny says. How about mud pie seasoning? I suggest. Mud pies can finally taste like pies. Manny thinks about it and then frowns. But who would want to eat dirt, he says. No, we need something bigger and less disgusting. We both sit there thinking. I start messing with the air hockey table, spinning a puck on its edge. Manny wanders over to a chess set, stares at it a minute, and moves the black knight. He's playing a match against himself, which I don't get at all. I mean, how can you play chess when black knows exactly what white's going to do and vice versa? What about the candy brush? Manny asks as he sits down behind his desk. Ah, the candy brush. The first invention I ever told Manny about. It was the first day of first grade. I thought of the candy brush that morning when my mom forced me to brush my teeth before school, and I couldn't wait to tell someone about it. At recess, I spotted Manny standing by himself, so I blurted out my idea, and he liked it. We've been friends ever since. I still haven't really cracked that one yet, I admit. The idea for the candy brush is that it would make ordinary toothpaste taste like candy. It'd make kids run into the bathroom to brush their teeth after every meal. The sweet and sour angle's key, Manny says, drumming his fingers on the desk. Manny thinks we should sell 2 different kinds of candy brush. One would make toothpaste taste like sweet candy, while the other would make toothpaste taste like sour candy. Manny figures kids would want to have both, so we double our sales. With another product, Manny would have a whole new set of sale figures to obsess over. He'd be so happy. We talk about the candy brush some more, but I remind him again that I haven't figured out exactly how to make it work. Manny looks disappointed, so I suggest that we should keep thinking about what our next product will be. Maybe there's an even better idea out there. Manny reluctantly agrees. He really loves the candy brush idea. I think he wants one for himself. He hates toothpaste. When Philo and I get home, I can smell Dad's cooking. Yuck! I'm adding a new ingredient to my pizza à l'orange, he calls from the kitchen. Kale! Emily sticks her finger in her mouth, making a gagging gesture. Then she sees me, and her eyes narrow. Thanks for ruining my life. How did I ruin your life? I thought you were taking care of that yourself. My very first day of high school, and all anyone asked me about is you and your stupid all ball, she says. Everyone wants to know how much money you have, and if my family is rich now, and if we're going to buy a summer house, and if they can come to our summer house and spend the night or the summer. I shrug. That didn't sound so bad. At least people are talking to you, and you didn't seem to think the all ball was so stupid when Dustin Peeler was playing with it. She snorts. Dustin Peeler, I'm totally over him. How can you be over him? I ask, amazed. You were completely in love with him like 36 hours ago. Did he do something? Yes, she says. He played with your stupid all ball. She stumps off to her room. I managed to eat a little bit of Dad's dinner, watch some TV, and do my homework. I can't believe we already have homework on the very first day. Philo gets into his bed in my room, and I get into mine. Good night, Philo, I say. He sighs, snuggles down, and quickly falls asleep. I lie there, staring at the framed blueprints on my wall. They're the original blueprints for the all ball, the diagram showing how to make my amazing invention. I didn't really want the blueprints hanging on my bedroom wall, but my parents were so proud of me that they gave the framed blueprints to me as a surprise. My dad even made the frame. He's an artist, so he knows all about frames. What could I do? Take them down and slide them under the bed? So now I find myself staring at them every night before I fall asleep, and I'm always thinking the same thing. Where did they come from? That's my secret. I didn't draw the blueprints for the all ball. I didn't fully invent it, but I'm getting all the credit. Every time someone congratulates me, I feel guilty. In fact, my secret makes me feel guilty all the time. Yes, the all ball was my idea. I thought of it last year, but I was struggling with a way to make it work. I worked on it all spring, every time I had a free moment, but I just couldn't crack it. I was getting close, but there were still a few crucial details I was stuck on. But one morning in June, I woke up and found the blueprints on my desk. They were perfect. They solved every problem I've been wrestling with. I was so excited. I ran to Manny's house with the blueprints and we got to work right away. I never told him that the blueprints just appeared on my desk. He was so excited. and I didn't want to let him down. I thought whoever left the blueprints would fess up soon, but it's been months now, and I still don't know who put them there. Dad? He's an artist, so he could draw a really good set of blueprints, but he's never invented anything in his life as far as I know. Mom? She's a researcher and really smart, so maybe she could figure it out. But why wouldn't she tell me? Emily? No way! She'd definitely want to take credit for figuring out how to make the all ball. A ghost? I thought about asking my family members, but it sounded so weird in my head. Hey, did you figure out how to make the all ball and draw up blueprints and put them on my desk, but then forget to tell me you did it? It sounds crazy. But how did they get there? That is the end of chapter 4. So as you wrap up time with your family, let's discuss this. Who do you think put the blueprints there? What do you think happened? What do you think's going to happen next? Do you think that Manny should fess up to others that really, should Billy fess up to others that it wasn't him? My goodness, this story is getting intense. It's getting interesting. I can't wait to see what happens. Chapter 5 is coming at you soon. It has been wonderful connecting with you guys. Remember, readers are leaders and leaders are readers. It is wonderful to be a part of this reading series with you. Make sure to continue digging into Billy Sure, Kid Entrepreneur. Guys, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.